Alrighty then, my dudes. Are you ready for the finale of the Custom Series Championship? Because it is now time for the Heart Attack Grand Prix. And so, this is arguably the longest championship in the game, and we are racing on 7 courses. Big Sur Shores, Palm Bay Heights, 88 Interchange, Heartbreak Hills, Sunrise Valley Springs, Crystal Summit Lake, and Airport Terminal 3. All on their reverse course variants, with the exception of Heartbreak Hills, because, well, that's just a point-to-point course. And we're basically ending off this game where we started, at Airport Terminal 3. And I know precisely what car it is I'm going to use, because I ascertained this car from the previous championship. There are a number of other cars I could use here, but to me, I figured this one makes the most sense. I'm going to use the custom roadster. And the other reason for that is because, well, it's the only custom model in the PlayStation 2 version that actually has colour schemes. So we've got white, yellow, red, and blue, and sure, why not? Let's drive this thing in blue. Because I want to. So, let's get through our final championship of this game, starting at Big Sur Shores, and where I'm hoping to make a statement. Even though I probably won't. Anyways, here we go. So for our competition, we have the Custom Muscle, the Supercar, the J Muscle, and the Supercar. I think I said all of that correctly. But yeah, anyways. Our competition is... oh my god. Well, that just happened immediately. Thank you for immediately propelling me up to the lead, dumbass. I did not think that was gonna happen immediately, the way it did. That was definitely the J Muscle which caused that wreck. Although I'm pretty sure the supercar was already dragging the wall once he got into the corner. And it looks as though at the moment it's the J Muscle... sorry, the Custom Muscle. Oh, fuck my ass. Thank you for immediately bumping me up back to speed. Thank you for bumping me back up to speed. Okay. So, reasonable start, all things considered. The J Muscle currently leads. At least that was before I wrecked. I really cannot afford to have too many of those if I'm going for a sweep. And in some cases I do want to go for the sweep, because I really don't want to wind up doing any of these races again. Once I would say is enough for me, but doing them over again, not really the way I want to bow out of this game. Well, that's except for saying there is one more thing I need to do before I can officially close this game off once and for all. So this car may not be the best when it comes to control and top speed, but acceleration, I think that's going to be the key for me to achieve the sweep, potentially. Plus, furthermore, I have noticed this thing really likes to drift, as in it really likes to power slide its way through the corners, especially when it's raining apparently. It really likes to drift its way through the corners, essentially. But either way, I'm just here to make sure I achieve the sweep. And all things considered, it's actually going pretty well so far, because the supercar is not in second. He is currently placed behind the J muscle. And never mind. Well, I kind of knew that was coming. Once I tried to avoid that truck, I kind of knew I was basically riding into the unavoidable realm. As in, it was kind of inevitable to say I was going to hit that tanker. There wasn't really anything else I could have done in that situation. Anyways, final lap. The supercar is now up to second, and I am going to assume the custom muscle is running in third. But either way, in spite of some of the wrecks I've had in this race, one of them I can say was unavoidable. So just had to ease off the throttle there for that truck to get by. I really don't want to get myself involved in an accident right before reaching the start-finish line, because I want to make sure I bow out of this game on a high. I am also hoping to achieve the sweep, or at least I hope I'll be able to achieve the sweep. By the way, I'm keeping ahead of my competition surprisingly well at this stage. All things considered. So, I'm going to take the easy way out here, just so I don't have to worry about getting clobbered by the traffic. I know taking the exterior route might not be an advantage, but either way, I really don't care because it keeps me out of trouble. At least it tries to keep me out of trouble. Anyways, I win. And I also set a new best lap time because I didn't wreck, which is something. Well, I know how to get the Burnout start, but I'm not able to get the boost start, if that makes any sense. Well, anyways. Moving on. I've won race 1. So 2 crashes in the end of that, and an overall score of 18.5 million. So the supercar was second, followed by the custom muscle, and the J muscle was last. Alright then, 1 race down and 6 to go. Let's head to Palm Bay Heights. I think I did race on this once before, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, we'll wait and see. Well, here we go. Time for... Oh, okay. Yep, well, that just happened all of a sudden. Either way, doesn't matter because I am already up to the lead, and at this stage I'm doing surprisingly well, especially since I've not crashed yet at this stage, which is kind of what I was anticipating would happen. Did that as a precaution, because I figured I had to. Trying to be about as precautious as I can be. I'm also trying to make sure I stay ahead of the also trying to make sure that I stay ahead of the supercar whilst I'm at it. And I've got a pretty sizable lead at the moment. Oh, wow. That was too close to call. I did not think I was going to slot through 3 different vehicles in traffic. Also, I just realised something. The reversed course of Palm Bay Heights, it basically has... the same music as Palm Bay Marina. That's literally what I'm hearing in my headset right now. By the way, it probably doesn't matter because all that matters right now is I'm leading by quite some margin over the supercar. And to be completely honest, that's all I care about. Oh wow. Oh, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I got too greedy. I thought for sure I was going to avoid it, but then I quickly realised I didn't. I was basically waiting for that to happen, but I am glad to say the field racked behind me whilst I was caught up in that little melee with... I think that was a van. I couldn't tell if that was a van or a truck, but I'm pretty sure it was one of the two. Either way, it doesn't matter because I am still in the lead. And now I am not. Oh, okay. I was further ahead of the field than I thought I was going to be. Either way, doesn't really matter because I'm just here to keep myself moving. Yeah, I should also mention the reason I'm recording this on a Monday is because, well, yeah, I had to slam on the brakes for that bus. I mean, there's no way I would have made it through there without hitting him if I didn't slam on the brakes once that bus was going by. Anyways, so I'm recording this on a Monday because, well, thankfully at the moment I don't have to be anywhere on a Monday. And the other reason for it is because, well, yeah, these AI are definitely contradictory at this stage. Because whenever I seem to crash, the AI usually seems to have some sort of melee of their own, as in they're basically just wanting to cause the big one every time they close up to me for one reason or another. It's almost as if they honestly want to stay behind me by wrecking themselves. Oh my god. How did I slot through that truck and that bus? Anyways, doesn't matter because I make it 2 wins in a row. So for me at least, this is proving to be the correct choice. Also, I don't know if I either have or haven't driven Palm Bay Heights Reverse at this stage of the game, but, well, if I haven't, then I can actually say it's a pretty reasonable course, to be completely honest. I like it. Even though the music on this track is basically the same as the music you get from Palm Bay Marina. I think this audio file is called Bridge the Gap. Well, it's probably available on the video game MP3 website for what files are available. Just holding my nose for a moment there so I don't sneeze. And it would seem as though, at the moment, everything is going surprisingly well, all things considered. Oh, I remember now. I think it was a truck I hit earlier. Anyways. Yeah, that should probably do it. But yeah, I mean, because the pursuit from yesterday basically took me long enough to the point of where I was needing a break before I could come back and do this event, I decided that's how things were going to work. So, 2 wins to me in 2 races. Things are looking good so far, but I cannot make any guarantees. I am also hopeful in saying I don't have to do this again. But we'll probably have to wait until we get to Heartbreak Hills in order to know if I will or won't achieve the clean sweep. I've been lucky so far, but I don't think it's going to last. So, attempt number 2 here at 88 Interchange, because, well, when I said I was trying to give myself the clean sweep, I literally meant I was going to give myself the clean sweep. And I am trying to make absolutely sure I achieve this in whatever fucking way possible. But yeah, I mean, Pursuit 6, as I've not really been able to explain at this point, but Pursuit 6, it took me nearly or less than 2 hours for me to actually beat that one fucking thing. I think that Custom Muscle in that final pursuit, he was literally just outbraining me. As in, he was basically thinking he was fucking smarter than me, and in some cases he was. But somehow, by the sheerest amounts of godforsaken luck, I eventually took him down. I honestly don't care who you are. On the PlayStation version, Pursuit 6, clearly the hardest. I have no doubts about that now in any way, shape or form whatsoever. Even if this is coming from someone who is a longevity gamer. But still, it was a real shit fest. For me to go through the whole fucking thing the way I did it, and somehow won at the end of the day. But either way, I decided, because I was wrecking too much in this race on my previous attempt, I decided my best option was just to try this again and see if I could do better. Hopefully this time I will. But in terms of me having a crash-free race, well, by now I'd say that's impossible, because I've already wrecked once. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least a couple of others to follow as well. Because I have to cope with traffic coming towards me, as well as moving away from me. That's literally just what I think this is going to result in. But as long as I don't wreck too many times, then I should be okay. Hopefully. How did that truck not destroy me? I literally bounced off that truck like it was a trampoline. I have no idea how that was even possible. I guess it's because the physics decided for one reason or another it was going to benefit to me under whatever range of circumstances were given to me. I know this car may not be as stable, but at least I can say it's a car that I will be happy to use because of its superior acceleration. But yeah, as I was saying before, I mean, Pursuit 6, that one event took me less than 2 hours, basically. Or just over 1.5 hours, to be more precise. So I figured, if I push this event back to a Monday, then I at least know there will be beneficiaries from me pushing this back to a day when I'm not going to be as stressed. So it was very necessary for me to push this back to a Monday, because I know I don't have to be anywhere on Monday. And stepping on the brakes, of course, because why not? Anyways, I win. And I gave myself a much better run here at 88 interchange than what I initially thought was going to happen. Anyways, 3 races down. And we still have another 4 races remaining. So, let's go to our final point-to-point race of this game. At least that's what I would imagine this is. And yep, we are doing the Miracle Mile again. So, it's another point-to-point race. Of course, not all of them can be circuit events, but either way, I have achieved the sweep so far. I've won on the first 3 tracks of this championship. I'm hoping I can achieve more than this, because I really do want to make sure I achieve the sweep and hopefully not go through too many more redos to make this happen. Oh, and there goes the supercar as he just clobbered a taxi. And there goes the J-Muscle, who is running wide with the rocks. Anyways, things are going well so far. Really hoping I don't have a wreck at this stage, because I know this is going to feel much faster than the cars I've used here in the past. Oh shit. Yep. Can't really say I'm surprised. Well, at least I can say I've got time. If I'm able to catch him. Oh, doesn't matter. I think he was scraping the wall there for a moment. So that does now put me back up in front. I'm not going to use my boost tank until I know I'm clear of the traffic. I do not want this to be a fatal error of judgment. And I also want to make damn sure I win this. Because like I said, I really want to get the sweep. Slotting my way through those two trucks, and there we go. I win! So, 2 races down, and we still have another... Sorry, 4 races down, and we still have another 3 races remaining. As we are heading over to Sunrise Valley Springs. Let's go! So, we're pretty much at the halfway point now of the final championship. I have achieved 4 race wins in 4 races, even though I did have to redo the 3rd race over again because, well, I just decided I really did not want to go through the redo of any races at this stage. I just want to make sure I get these races won, and then basically I don't have to do them again. I'm not saying I'll never do them again, because at some point, whether I decide to either get an Xbox or a GameCube, or at least a game with Xbox emulation, or maybe even GameCube emulation, I probably will do a replay of this game at some point, because I probably will have to do a playthrough of the Director's Cut versions, if either of them become applicable to me. But either way, at the moment, things are going well, because I'm leading this by 7 seconds so far over the supercar. I'm also glad to say the Miracle Mile was definitely simpler than I personally thought it was going to be. But somehow, at the end of the day, I did it. And that doesn't matter now because I just clobbered a taxi. And here comes the supercar. With his mind-blowing range of speed. But either way, I'm still leading. But yeah, the other reason why I chose to race this car in blue, well, the other reason why I chose this car in blue is because, well, I don't think I've actually driven any custom models in blue until now. I seem to have driven a lot of them in red, but not really any other colour, which I guess you could say sucks, but it doesn't really matter. I just knew I was wanting to use a car with a bit more variety. And instead of the monotonous colour schemes... Oh, shit. Okay. I really had to be cautious there if I was going to thread the needle. But somehow I did. And now I can carry on. I should also mention, this is the final lap. And now it's the J muscle that is currently in second position. Of course, I honestly doubt he is going to remain in second. Because like I said, there is the default bug. Oh, here he comes, and there he goes. Wonderful. I had to wreck myself in the process. Although I don't think it really matters because the field basically wrecked behind me as well. And yes, right before the final corner I did have to avoid causing that accident. And right when I crossed the line, I immediately wrecked shortly afterwards. But either way, doesn't matter because it's another dub for me. Which is reasonable. So, 5 wins in 5 races. And no change in the overall points. Of course there is the default bug where basically the points totals just get defaulted to whenever the player wins, the 4th placed car doesn't score any points at all. But I don't care, because I only have 2 races left, and I am seriously hoping this will be a clean sweep. So here we are then, at Crystal Summit Lake, as I was holding my nostrils again for a moment to prevent myself from sneezing. It's probably going to happen at some point, but I hope it doesn't happen too soon. And off to a steady start so far here at Crystal Summit Lake. And scraping the wall a moment there, whilst I was trying to make sure I slotted myself through the traffic. I am in the safe lane, thankfully. And okay, I avoid disaster on the bridge this time as I overtake an SUV. And now heading up through the corners, almost scraping the fence there as I was through the corner. And now we begin. Never mind. Although it doesn't matter too much because I had a pretty comfortable lead at the time of when I wrecked anyway. I guess it's just because the AI seem to have a bug where they basically just want to wreck behind me. Every time I end up crashing, they basically seem to just have an accident of some sort right behind me, whilst my shenanigans put me in whatever crashes my body is capable of withstanding without dying. That, of course, being one of them. And sweeping well over to the right-hand side there. And making sure that I do manage to at least... Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, yep, there goes the J muscle. Well, we've still got 2 laps left. As long as that doesn't happen on the final lap, then I should be okay. Because just like that, I immediately retake the lead. But anyways. So far, so good. So what? I think that's the name. I think that's the name of a Megadeth album, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so far, so good. So what? I know one of the songs off that album that I really like. And I would like to say it is a bit of a banger. I wouldn't say it's an absolute banger, but it's enough to be classified as a banger. The song I'm thinking of, by the way, is In My Darkest Hour. That is actually a good song to listen to if you like metal or thrash metal. Even though I really couldn't tell you what genre that song is. Probably thrash metal, but I don't know for sure. At least not without doing some extensive research. Either way, I still hold on to quite a proportionate lead at the moment, all things considered. Anyways, getting closer to the end of the lap as I narrowly avoid getting clobbered by that logging truck, or at least I should say narrowly avoid getting— oh, for fuck's sake. That wasn't even hard contact, that was just minor contact. But it's okay, because it wasn't on the final lap. So, I'm gonna have to send a note to myself and say I don't hit that wall again if I'm gonna win this, because that could very well cost me this race. And then I'll basically have to do this whole championship over again just so I can win that one race. But either way, at the moment it doesn't really matter, because fuck my ass. Everything is not going as bad as I thought it was going to be at this stage, because I really thought for sure the supercar was going to start to get ahead of me by just activating the turbo button, but ultimately he didn't. And I think that's beneficiary for me, because it basically means I can just focus on getting this whole thing said and done before something bad really happens. By the way, I did actually get caught out by one of those banks one time. As in, there was actually one of those banks that did cause my car to barrel roll and flip. I guess that just adds on to the contradictory physics this game tends to have. It's hard to say for sure what the game's physics are, but they're very contradictory, the way I see it. Well, at least I can say I hold on to the lead, which is one thing I did not anticipate was going to happen once I wrecked in that one part. I really thought for sure I was going to be a train wreck, but somehow I wasn't. Okay, don't hit that wall. Okay, I missed it this time. And it doesn't matter, because I win! By the skin of my teeth. Still, has to be said, that was a pretty close finish compared to many others I've had in this stage. And score, not that impressive. And even though this game does not have electronic timing and scoring for the AI, I sometimes wish it did. Because then, basically the 4th placed car would also get a stronger shot of scoring points. Anyways, final race of this game, and it takes place at Airport Terminal 3 Reverse. So we're basically ending off this game where we started it, and it is cloudy. But either way, here we go. Just got one more race to win, and if I can do that, then I should have a 100%, and I should have 100% completion, which means I do not have to worry about doing this again, technically speaking. Now, is this going to be an anticlimactic finale, I wonder? I hope it isn't, but we shall wait and see. Even though I'm quite sure it's not going to be... Even though I'm quite sure it's not going to be a Le Mans style finish where Steve McQueen is at the wheel. By the way, I would like to say that is a good movie. Jimmy Broadbent will probably tell you about the Steve McQueen film Le Mans, and about knowing how the man himself did also make the Porsche 917 a racing icon because of it. Not very often you get to see... Wow. I will be shocked if this turns out to be a perfect run. I don't think it will be, but if it is, then this is more than I could have anticipated for a finale to this game. Especially since I have only a 3-second lead over the supercar. I guess as long as I don't choke at this stage, then I should be okay. And in saying that, I immediately choke. Well, at least I can say the rest of the field wrecked behind me, which does benefit me to an extent, because it now means I can hold on to my relatively large lead now. Or large enough lead, I should say. Well, I almost hit that taxi, but either way, here we go. Final lap of Burnout 2. Fuck my ass. Can I get some boost here? Yes, I can. I can in fact get some boost here. Can I retake the leads? I fucking hope so. Okay. I've now retaken the lead. And all I have to do now is make sure I hold on to this said lead. Okay, one corner left. And there we go. I almost hit that truck. But I beat the game. That's the important thing. And I achieved the clean sweep, which means I don't have to do these races over again. Thankfully. So, best total time, best big air, best amount of feet in oncoming traffic. Didn't get the high score unfortunately, but don't really care, because all I do care about is this game is done. And I wasn't too far off the high score, because I scored 21.3 million. But there we go. Clean sweep. in the Heart Attack Grand Prix. The supercar finished second in every race and the custom muscle was third in every race. And sadly the J muscle did not score any points because of this default bug where whenever the player wins, whoever the fourth placed car is in one race, they don't get to score points at all. Which is pretty lame, but either way, doesn't matter because I've done this. Congratulations, you have completed Burnout 2. Point of Impact. The Burnout team awaits your next challenge. You have unlocked everything on this stage. Wonderful. Let's now move on. So, I think we get the credits now. Yeah, we do get the credits. Okay. I'll play those later, but for now, let's have a look and check our progress. There we go, it's official. All 11 trophies won, 64 out of 64 gold medals won, finished 56 races with a 96% win ratio, and also never finished in 4th. My favourite car was the cop car, favourite track, Sunrise Valley, downtown, I think. Distance driven, 565.6 miles. Total time of this game, 9 hours and 10 minutes. Biggest burnout chain was 4. Biggest crash damage of $442,000. Most cars I had involved in a wreck was 9. Biggest combo was 11.1 million. Biggest oncoming, 4,700 feet in the oncoming traffic lane. Biggest air, 214. Over 1,000 feet in the biggest drift. Total burnouts, 218. The total time I spent in the oncoming traffic lane was 106.1 miles, 9.3 miles in the air, 62.7 miles of power sliding, also known as drifting, 873 near misses, 127 total crashes, and total crash damage of 9.8 million. So, pretty impressive stats overall, and my favourite car was officially the cop car. I'm honestly not surprised, because I did use that car a lot. Anyways, there is one more thing I need to showcase before I can officially close this game off, and that's this. The cheats. Because officially, we now have all of these. So we've got Face Off, Runaway, Invulnerable, Infinite Boost, and Free Run. Those will be the cheats that I show off in the next segment. But for now, stay tuned for more of Burnout 2.